Jesse Miles.
So I've been having a good year, thankfully. I started dating a new girl. Let me clarify, new to me, not a baby. That'd be fucking weird to say in a microphone. Things have been going well. Like, I knew that it was going to be a good relationship because we had a good first date. We had my type of first date. Like, I despise first dates in general because I'm bad at small talk. I'm not good at that, like, oh, what kind of music do you like? What was your major? I don't care. Like, my kind of first date involves what I like to call trauma bonding, where you just take the most fucked up stories from your past and throw them at each other and see if you can match each other's damage. I don't care about your major. Which one of your uncles is a racist? Like, do you have a family member that's not allowed around the kids but still isn't arrested? Tell me that. So I knew we were going to work out because on our first date we started chatting. I happened to let it slip that my mom might have a substance abuse problem, and she didn't get weird about it. She instead perked up and was just like, oh, what was she into? And I was like, I don't know, the Townie Special, opiates? And her response was, oh, a Downers girl. My mom was more of an uppers lady, cocaine, samesies but different, and we high-fived. I was like, yes, I choose you. She's all worried about this year because, like, the world's gonna end on Friday. And, like, everybody's all worried because, like, it's all racially divided, and I really don't know where to stand. I don't know whether to panic or be happy because I'm actually biracial. I am Irish, and I am half black, and nobody believes me. Like, I know what I look like. If you sat down with a police sketch artist and said, draw a racist, he would draw me. So for most of my life, my friends have never believed, like, my race. I always had to throw, like, no, you're not half black. And then I had to explain it to them. I'm like, no, you don't understand. My dad was Irish. My mom was light-skinned, red-boned if you know your terms, high yellow if you're a racist. And then, once they understood the explanation, I learned how racist all of my friends were. As they picked out features on me they identified as black. Like, oh yeah, now that you say that, you got a black nose. Like, the fuck does that mean? Your bottom lip's a little puffy, and those wrinkles in the back of your head, totally a black thing. I'm like, dude, you guys are horrible. I didn't know that was a stereotype until that happened. But it was weird because, like, even my closest friends wouldn't believe me because they're like, both your parents are white. And I'm like, oh, now I have to explain how adoption works to you people. And, like, I enjoy my origin story. It's more interesting than Spider-Man. Oh, you got bit by a spider and your uncle got shot? Welcome to a Wednesday in Quincy, Peter. Like, fuck up, kiddo. It gets much worse. Basically, how I came into existence was in the late 80s. My mom was working at a restaurant, and she was sleeping with the bartender, because that's how the food service industry works. And turns out he had a fiance he did not tell her about. So when she got pregnant, he came into work and was like, hey, how's it going? I'm Irish, it's the 80s, you're you, here's $400. Do you want to give that like a flusheroo? And don't get weird about it. Spoiler alert, I want a stage in front of you. I made it, you don't get to feel bad about that. She didn't do it. No, my mom was thrifty. What she did was say, okay, pocketed the $400, had me, and then treated herself to a lovely vacation. She dropped me off at a daycare center run by a 21-year-old white woman. And when she came back from vacation, she was like, I have given it a lot of thought. And that 1 week without a kid was way better than the 6 with it. Do you want to keep that? And my mom, being 21 in the 80s, was just like, do I want a mulatto baby right now? Hello, conversation starter, thank you. And that was the end of the legal process. I don't know much about law, but adoption takes a lot more paperwork than that. Like, I am convinced my entire life has been a 28-year kidnapping that I'm just cool with. But, like, eventually I became friends with my mother, and that was fun, because I can use her Facebook as a backup ID when anybody questions me. But the problem is, the older she gets, the lighter she's getting. Like, I thought it was just Morgan Freeman or Obama that happened to. So I had to call her up and be like, hey, Ma, listen, I know it's a fucked up question, but you're 100% black, right? Because, like, my gamer tag is African Jesse, like, a few things rely on the 50-50. And she's like, I know why you would ask me that. I'm so light. I used to think I was half, and then I tracked down my real parents, and they're like, walk in front of a chalkboard and you lose them black. I was like, great! Shade dispute ended. Did you just say you're adopted too? And she's like, yeah, I was raised by white folk too. Isn't that hilarious? And I'm like, hilarious isn't the word I was thinking of. That's terrifying. Is that genetic? Like, my biggest fear now is falling in love with a woman, having a child, and sitting in the delivery room, holding my firstborn and going, yeah, I'm gonna go with a hard pass on this one, Doc. Just a gut feeling I got. First one's always a dud. Listen, if you don't take returns, I'll just give it to a coworker because that's how adoption works. All right, thank you guys.
I don't think I've ever said this about a comedian after their set before, but I want to adopt you. Really? I want to. Well, I'll get in line.